Is there someone in your life right now whom you consider your right hand? Someone you trust with your deepest secrets? Someone you call the moment trouble strikes? Now, I want you to pause and really think, is that person truly who you think they are? Or are they just playing a role behind a beautifully crafted mask? Most of us have been broken at least once by someone we trusted. We are surrounded by people who smile to our faces while digging a grave behind our backs. People who crowd around us when our pockets are full, but vanish into thin air the moment we hit rock bottom. But the ultimate question is this: how do we spot these people and cut them off before they ruin our lives? And more importantly, what must we do to protect our destiny? Welcome back to Life-Changing Speeches. Today, we are exposing the silent destroyers of human lives, the secret anatomy of fake people. By the end of this video, I will hand you the keys to protect your emotional and financial well-being. We will break down the 10 undeniable traits of fake people and the 10 strategic moves you must make right now. Pay close attention to points number 9 and 10. They will completely shift your perspective. Before we dive into the core strategies, let me tell you a powerful, true story. The story of George and Alexander. This is the story of George. George was a hard-working, kind-hearted man who always believed the best in people. His journey took a massive turn when he started a new job at a corporate firm. On his very first day, he met a man named Alexander. Alexander was magnetic. He was incredibly welcoming and charismatic. He bought George lunch on day one, smiled warmly, and said, "You look like a sharp guy, George. I know how this place works. I've got your back. Anything you need, just ask me." George was deeply moved. He thought to himself, what a blessing to find such a good soul in a strange place. Before long, George and Alexander became inseparable. They were best friends. Alexander began taking George into his confidence, talking about their colleagues. "See that guy over there? He's a corporate spy. Don't trust him. And that woman, she carries rumors straight to the boss." Alexander systematically assassinated everyone's character in front of George. And George, believing Alexander was just looking out for him, swallowed every lie. He viewed Alexander as his ultimate brother. One afternoon, Alexander approached George, looking anxious. "My brother," he said, "I am launching a massive, life-changing business venture, but I'm just a little short on capital. If you pool your savings with mine, we can build an empire together." Without a single shred of doubt, George handed over his life savings. Alexander accepted the money with a smooth, golden smile. But slowly, the atmosphere changed. Whenever George called to check on the business, Alexander's phone went straight to voicemail. When George confronted him in the hallway, Alexander would brush him off, saying, "I'm drowning in work. Let's talk later." The same Alexander who used to gossip with George was now laughing with other coworkers while completely turning his back on George. A few weeks later, George was called into the CEO's office. The boss looked at him coldly and said, "George, we have multiple reports that you've been spreading toxic rumors about management. You are suspended indefinitely." George froze. His heart stopped. "Who said this about me?" he demanded. The answer shattered his world. The accuser was his best friend, Alexander. In that devastating moment, George's world collapsed. Alexander hadn't just stolen his money, he had stolen his reputation, his dignity, and his career. George realized, far too late, that Alexander hadn't just been gossiping to him, he had been inventing vicious lies about him to everyone else. Alexander was an apex parasite, feeding entirely on George's innocence for his own personal gain. George's story is the story of millions. Look at your own life. Have you ever allowed an Alexander into your inner circle? Let's look at the exact warning signs so you never fall victim again. Here are the 10 psychological traits to expose a fake person. Part 1 to 10 traits of fake people. 1. A massive gulf between words and actions. Fake people are masters of poetry, but failures in execution. They promise you the world, but won't even give you the time of day when it matters. If you are sick, they will claim they are cooking you a warm meal, only to turn off their phone and vanish. When they resurface days later, they come armed with an endless script of excuses. True people don't talk, they show up. 2. Their relationships are strictly transactional. Do you have someone in your life whose name on your phone instantly triggers anxiety because you know they want something? That is not a friend. That is a consumer. They never call to ask how your heart is. They call because they need a ride, a loan, or a favor. The moment the transaction is over, they fade into the background until their next crisis. 3. They trade in other people's secrets. Listen to me very carefully. A person who brings someone else's secrets to you will take your secrets to someone else. When they sit with you and trash someone else's character, they make you feel special like an exclusive confidant. Do not be fooled. Information is their currency. Today, they are using someone else to entertain you. Tomorrow, they will use you to entertain someone else. 4. They force the universe to revolve around them. Conversations with a fake person are emotionally exhausting because they suck all the oxygen out of the room. If you tell them, "My head is splitting open today," they will respond, "Oh, you think that's bad? Last month, I was hospitalized with a migraine." Your pain, your joy, and your victories do not exist to them. They do not listen to understand. They listen to reply. 5. They are situational chameleons. Watch how a person treats people who can do absolutely nothing for them. A fake person will bow, scrape, and flatter the boss or a wealthy individual, but the moment they turn around, they will scream at the waiter, insult the security guard, or mock the taxi driver. Remember this: a person who treats the vulnerable with contempt will treat you exactly the same way the moment you lose your status or your money. 6. They deliver backhanded compliments. Fake people rarely attack you directly. They use passive-aggressive warfare. They will look at you and say, "Wow, that dress is stunning. It's amazing how it hides your weight gain." It sounds like praise, but it is engineered to bleed your self-esteem. When you call them out, they instantly play the victim. "Oh, it was just a joke. Why are you so sensitive?" 7. They are fair weather shadows. Fake people love the sunshine, but they despise the rain. When you are celebrating a promotion, a graduation, or a wedding, they will fight for the front row seat. But the moment you lose your job, face financial ruin, or suffer a family tragedy, they become ghosts. They are suddenly too busy because your pain doesn't serve their agenda. 8. They hear, but they never listen. When you speak to a fake person, they are physically present, but mentally miles away. They are scrolling through their phone, looking over your shoulder, or constantly interrupting you. They have zero interest in your emotional landscape. They are simply waiting for your mouth to stop moving so theirs can start. 9. They are terrified of your success. If you want to test if someone is real, give them a piece of massive, explosive good news. Tell them you got a major promotion or a life-changing opportunity. For one split second, look directly at their eyes. You will catch a micro-expression of panic, irritation, or pure envy before they force a fake smile. They will say, "Congratulations," but immediately follow it with a wet blanket. "But you know, that position has a lot of taxes and stress, right?" They want you to do well, just never better than them. 10. They over-advertise their smallest deeds. If a fake person does you a tiny favor, they will spend the next 10 years broadcasting it to the world. They will use your vulnerability to build their own public monument. They will tell everyone, "If it weren't for me, they would be nothing." They don't give out of kindness. They give out of an appetite for control and public applause. Part 2 to 10 moves to reclaim your life. Now that you know who they are, how do you handle them? You do not fight them with anger. You defeat them with wisdom. Implement these 10 strategic moves immediately. 1. Trust your silent instincts. Your intuition is your superpower. Have you ever sat next to someone who was smiling at you, but your gut was screaming that something was deeply wrong? Trust that feeling. Your subconscious mind picks up on micro expressions and energy that your conscious mind misses. If a relationship feels wrong, respect yourself enough to step back. 2. Weaponize the power of no. Fake people absolutely despise boundaries. If you want to filter them out of your life instantly, start saying no. When they ask for money, say, "I'm sorry, I can't do that right now." When they demand your time, say, "That doesn't work for me." A fake person will get angry and call you selfish. A true friend will say, "I understand, no worries." 3. Master the gray rock technique. This is a brilliant psychological tool. When an unstable or fake person tries to drag you into drama or bait you into an argument, become as boring and unreactive as a gray rock. Give short, emotionless, one-word answers. "Oh, okay. Wow. Interesting." When they realize they cannot feed off your emotional energy, they will pack up their circus and leave you alone. 4. Stop auditing their words. Start auditing their actions. People can lie with the precision of a poet, but their behavior never lies. Tonight, take out a piece of paper, write down the names of your closest circle. Draw 2 columns, words and actions. Write what they promised you, and right next to it, write what they actually did when you needed them. If the columns don't match, erase their name from your future. 5. Create controlled stress tests. Testing people is not malicious. It is a matter of self-preservation. Create a minor, harmless scenario where you require urgent help. Call the person you suspect and tell them you are stuck or need a critical hand. Observe their reaction. Do they sprint to your side, or do they immediately construct a fortress of excuses? Let their response tell you everything you need to know. 6. Flash your light on your victories. Do not hide your success to make insecure people comfortable. Speak openly about your achievements. Celebrate your hard work. The people who truly love you will dance in your light. The fake people will naturally wither away and detach themselves, because your brilliance burns their envy. 7. Refuse the bait of guilt. The moment you stop allowing a fake person to exploit you, they will weaponize guilt. They will say, "You've changed. You've become proud. Look at everything I did for you." Stand firm. Do not get emotional. Look them in the eye and say, "I appreciate everything you did, but I still cannot do this for you." Never let a manipulator dictate your emotional temperature. 8. Conduct a background check on their history. Before you enter a deep business partnership, a marriage, or an intimate friendship with someone new, look at their trail. Why did they leave their last job? Why did they break up with all their former friends? Fake people leave a trail of burnt bridges behind them. If everyone in their past was toxic, according to them, they are the toxin. 9. Implement the fade out strategy. You don't always need to declare war or throw a dramatic tantrum to eliminate a fake person. Doing so can make you a target for their smear campaigns. Instead, practice the elegant art of the fade out. Slowly reduce your text responses. Take hours to call back. Always be polite, but always be busy. Let the relationship die a natural, quiet death. 10. Execute the ultimate cut-off. When a person crosses the line from being annoying to being actively destructive, when they attack your character, sabotage your livelihood, or shatter your peace of mind, you must cut them off completely. Block the number, delete the profile, lock the door, do not look back. Walking away from a toxic person isn't an act of cruelty. It is the ultimate act of self-love. Remember this: the quality of your circle will ultimately determine the direction of your life. By clearing away the Alexanders of this world, you create holy space for genuine, loyal, and powerful souls to enter. It is always about quality, never quantity. Before we close the session today, I have one profound question for you. What is the greatest lesson a fake person has ever taught you in your life? Drop your story in the comments below. Your pain might just become someone else's survival guide. If this speech struck a chord in your soul, hit that like button. Share this video to protect someone you care about. And if you are new to the family, hit subscribe to join life-changing speeches. Stay strong, stay guarded, and keep moving forward. See you in the next video.